Today I'm going to share with you a little bit of a kind of hip strengthening, like outer hip, butt, and inner thigh, a little bit of strength, core work. So let's get started. So start on your back. We're going to start with a little bit of core. As you can see, there's always projects around me, so I'm just working around it. So just start, take a breath, let yourself settle. Pull your knees in, rock around a little bit, do some big circles with your knees, and let your femurs be heavy in the pelvis. And bring your feet together, knees apart, hands behind your head. So you're curling into kind of like crow pose. And then inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, curl in, elbows tap the knees. Inhale to expand and stretch out. So when you stretch the legs, spread the toes too. So big inhale, exhale, curl everything in. Inhale, stretch out. So you can leave the hands behind the head, or arms are kind of like you would for crow. Actually this way. And you reach past the toes. Inhale to expand. Exhale, reach past the toes. You're trying to get your knees as high as you can into your armpits. One more. Okay, shake that out. One more on our back. You're going to take your legs into a straddle. So inhale, open the legs. Exhale, curl up and close the legs. So when I lift the chest, I like to do a little bit of a wiggle. I try to lengthen my spine and kind of inchworm myself longer, and then I can get more grounded through the core. So inhale, straddle the legs, spread the toes. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Lift your shoulders, lift your tailbone. Lift your tailbone, lift your shoulders. We're going to add on cross. So my right leg is in front, the opposite elbow reaches. Inhale to open, cross the ankles, cross the elbow. Inhale to open, exhale, twist. Inhale to open. So you try to hold that twist and then do an extra squeeze your belly down, curl your tailbone up. Tailbone up, belly down, shoulders up. One more. So get your shape, then curl everything up again. And rest. Okay, come to hands and knees. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, so hands and knees. Just start doing a couple cat and cows. Get your spine loosened up a little bit. Inhale, reach your heart forward, pause here, grip your hands, drag your hands back towards your knees, pull your heart forward through the arms, squeeze your ribs in the body. So even though my belly's dropping down, I'm trying to, let me try to make my shirt tighter. So the ribs are dropping down, but I'm squeezing my belly muscles up and back towards my hips as I'm pulling my heart forward. So it's like a big strength for your core, but also feels like a big stretch. Try to get the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. So pull your belly muscles back and towards your butt. Pull your heart forward. Woo. And then pause in the rounded shape. Just stay there for an extra breath. Let your head dangle. Okay, take your right foot back, left arm open. Inhale, reach the fingers towards the floor, so you're getting a little bit of this, well, a giant side bend, but it's kind of like you're making a rainbow. So big inhale, this back foot is strong. Exhale, lift it up as high as your hip. As you do that, really squeeze your butt. Inhale, reach. Exhale, I call this baby half moon. Okay, pause here. Flex the foot really strong. Little tiny circles forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bend and straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Hold the bend. Really squeeze your heel to your butt. Pull the ribs in. Push the foot back, straight back. And then see if you can grab the foot or the ankle. If you can grab it, go for it. If not, you're just squeezing towards your butt. Still a good quad stretch, hip flexor. If you can grab it, you might be able to open the chest a little more, let the head lean back. And then unwind, we'll go to other side. Right hand down, right knee down. So starting with the arcing. Inhale to arc. Exhale, lift your leg as high as your hip. Inhale. Nice strong foot back there. Hold little circles forward for 5. Backwards for 5. Your bottom butt is probably talking too. Bend and straight for 3. 2, try to keep your knee as high as your hip. 1, hold that. Squeeze your heel in towards your butt, nice and tight. Push it back like you're pushing the wall. Maybe you can reach your foot. Maybe you can lean back a little. Ah, that feels good. Okay, unwind. Shake it out. Just do some big hip circles. Okay, you might like blocks for this next one. Take your right foot forward, so low lunge, and just start going back and forth with the hips. So you want to scoot your back knee back so it's pretty long. Inhale, hips forward, heart forward. Exhale, hips back, toes back. Inhale, just go at your own pace. Okay, hold the half split, pull the toes back. Try not to lock your knee here, so a little micro bend. Keep reaching your butt back, pull the toes back, and just do a point and flex. So pull the toes back, and then like you're making a footprint in mud, squish your foot down. Try not to lock the knee, it's really easy to do that here, even as you stretch the toes long. Really try to stretch through the whole foot. Like my pinky toe is doing a weird thing. They just do. You really want to work your feet as much as you can. They get ignored a lot. Okay, pull the toes back. Walk your hands over the leg. Pick your belly up and over the leg. And the foot can turn as well. If your knee is forward, that's okay. You just want your knee and toe pointing the same direction. You don't want your knee turning up and your toes turning. So whatever way your leg is facing, make sure the toe and the knee are on the same line. And you can walk your hands farther away. Then you'll pivot to the other side. So walk your hands up and over to the other side. So your leg is going to be straight and you'll pivot this foot. I'm going to turn sideways. So the leg is straight out. And then walk your hands forward and just do a little rock forward and back. Bring your hands back into alignment under the shoulders, with or without blocks. Take this leg, make it really strong. So pull the toes back towards you. You're gonna pick the leg up as high as your butt. Try to stay strong in the pelvis. We wanna shift our weight, so try not to. And you're lifting it up as high as your hip and then backing off. Up as high as your hip, back off. One more add-on is the opposite arm. Your left arm comes up too. So hard. Okay, that's enough. Step back, shake it out. Ooh. Okay, second side. Step your left foot forward, starting with our lunges. Scooch the knee back. Just back and forth with the hips. Okay, hold the half split, toes back, without locking the knee. Keep reaching your bum back as high as you can go. Push through the toes. Pull it back. So especially when you're extending through the leg, try not to lock the knee. Really try to push through all the toes, every single one of them. Pull the toes back. Walk yourself over the leg. Let the toes turn if they feel like they need to. I like to turn the toes. And then you're walking, twisting your belly over the leg. You can walk your hands. The more you walk away, the bigger the twist, a little more on the IT band you'll feel. Come back to center, walk your hands to the right, pivot, so that back knee, the back toes turn behind, leg is straight out from the hip. Scoot back a tad, there you go. And then I like to go forward and back here. Okay, so here's the super exciting one. So reconnect with your core, pull the ribs in the body, lift your leg up as high as your hip. Try not to shift your weight to get it up there. You're trying to keep this leg right where it is, the hip over the knee. squeeze your butt. It's like these little tiny butt muscles. I'm trying to work the butt a lot because if you looked at my other video, I hurt my back last week, the SI joint. So I need to strengthen the muscles around my pelvis and my butt. So that's what I'm teaching. Okay, optional to add the opposite arm. Makes it harder, a lot harder. Ooh, two's enough. Okay, shake it out. All right, pyramid pose. I like blocks for this one too. So right leg in front, the back foot has a little bit of a turnout. I like to keep it hip width apart. Reach your heart forward, inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. And then I'm gonna move this block just so you can see my foot, but you're rocking back on the heel, pull the toes back. Then push the footprint down, lift the back heel. Rocking back, lift the front foot. Lift the back heel. Okay, hold the feet down. Reach your heart forward, inhale. Walk your hands over the leg. Just another variation, we just did this. A little more for the back leg now. Grow the legs long. So you could stay here, or you can open more into a twisted triangle. So the right hand, the left hand comes on the block anywhere really. The closer you get to the foot or on the other side of the foot, the more challenging. So you could start under your shoulder. Twisted triangle, just leave the hand on the hip. You can stretch it up, arm up. And if you want to play with a little more balance, start to move this bottom hand closer to the foot, or even on the foot, or step it over the foot. But this twisted with both hands down is also really, really great twist. So don't feel like you need to open all the way into the twisted triangle. Whew. Okay, from here, walk your hands to the left. Turn all your toes to the left so you're in a wide leg fold. I'm going to face this way. And just do a yogi's choice here. Maybe you want to lunge side to side or let your hips sway right and left. And then walk your hands over to the second side so the left foot is in front. Pyramid pose. Left foot in front. Grow the legs long, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. And then pulling the toes back, doing that kind of rocking forward and back. So when you're lifting the back heel, really let that be a nice stretch for the toes. And when you're pulling the foot back, try to pull as much of the foot off the floor as you can. And then as you're pushing the foot down, really play with moving through all the bones and muscles of the foot. Then walk your hands over to the left. Pick your belly up and over the leg. Stay here, or twisted triangle. Grow the legs long. Left hand on the hip, or reach it up. Right hand can be right under the shoulder, or getting it closer and closer to the foot. Unwind. Whew. Okay. From here, come to plank pose. Take your left leg to the right arm and then kick it straight out. Stay in this plank. That's option 1. Option 2 is you play with like a push-up. Option 3 is the back foot comes down. Open up into a side plank. Option 4, play with lifting the leg. Woo! Inner thighs. Mine are weak. Ugh. Okay. Then let that hand come down. Let your hip come down. So your legs are still in that shape. The back heel is up. My bottom leg is straight out. Twisting. So it's like twisted triangle, more passive, with belly down on the ground. So you might get blocks in a rest like this. Or make a pillow with your hands. I like to use this back foot to rock forward. Kind of rock forward and back a little bit. Makes it hard for me to want to move on. Okay, from here, you're gonna just rock onto your butt. So your legs kind of pivot and you're in a seated straddle. And you take your legs as wide as you like. And then start to fold forward. Then unwind back to that plank pose. So I'm going to turn this way, but make sure you're on your other side. So plank, right knee goes under, kick it straight out. Part 1, you hold there. Part 2, you play with a push-up. Like a teeny tiny one is fine. On part 3, open up to side plank so that back foot does come down. It's not up anymore. Part 4, you play with lifting this leg. Like imagine there's a pencil you're trying to catch between your thighs. So hard. Just play. Both hands down. Lift the back heel again and let your head land. Keep walking away from the legs. Twist. And if you like that, like rocking a little bit. And sitting upright, just pivot the legs till you're on your bum. This time feet together. Baddha Konasana. Feet together. Pull your heels in as close as you can. Hold on to the ankles and let that help you sit tall. Push your feet together but stretch your knees apart. If you're someone who wants more, put a block between your feet. Keep pushing your feet together, stretch your knees apart. Sit tall, shoulders back. And then bring your feet a little bit away so it's more like a diamond. And you can fold in here. I like to stack the blocks so I can kind of get close to letting my head land on something. So if you can let your head rest, it is very nice. Instead of just having to hold your head up or even just letting it dangle, it's nice to let it land on something. Inhale to rise. Bring your feet together, or bring them behind. One last thing, tuck the toes and sit back on your heels. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. I'm going to do a quick breath exercise, so deep breath, and if it's a lot to sit back on your heels, you could put a block under there too. So, but we're trying to get the foot stretch and the toe stretch. Take a deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a normal breath in. Untuck your toes. Whew. Couple big shoulder rolls. Couple half circles with your neck. And thank you for joining me. My name is Ali, and if you guys want more, let me know things you're wanting. I'm going to start doing a weekly yoga class, 10, 20, 30 minutes, trying to keep it kind of short. See you guys next time.